You're watching the fifth quarter of WWAY.
Thank you, ladies. It's the game that both teams and fans have been looking forward to when the season starts. New Hanover hosting Hoggard. Let's get out to Legion. Both teams undefeated in conference play headed into this one, Joe.
Well, it didn't take long for the Hoggard Vikings to get on the board. Kenneth Marshall takes the first play from scrimmage to the house, 78 yards. That's a statement for the Hoggard Vikings over on the turf at Legion Stadium.
And that man's fast, but we did fast forward that clip just a little bit. They would get the ball back, would New Hanover, but Blake Walston sees his pass intercepted. And that anytime you can do that, Cade Edwards give the ball back to Gabe Johnson, the red zone. He's got his target, Anthony Schiavone.
And a nice little easy pitch and catch. A lot of question marks at the quarterback position moving into the season for Hoggard. Well, Gabe Johnson has lived up to those expectations thus far. Here he is again.
We weren't even a minute in at this point, and later these guys would connect again. Hanover would be stuffed at midfield. Johnson back to C.J. Pipkin. He comes down with it for another score. Hoggard would go up by 24 points at that point. And, you know, New Hanover tried to find a way to respond, but tonight just wasn't the night, Joe.
Yeah, the Wildcats, no doubt, coming off that 3AA state championship, had a lot of expectations moving into this year. You lose 9 guys on defense. You're trying to piece together that offense, and you go up against a juggernaut like Hoggard. I mean, the Vikings on a roll right now.
38-0, the final score from that one.
They've really worked hard. I mean, they've put in a lot of time in, and I think it showed tonight. Executed in all phases. But just really proud of the guys.
Back-to-back Mid-Eastern Conference titles, the Vikings alone at the top. They will host Laney next week. And move on to our next game. From one Mid-Eastern Conference to another up the road, Topsail playing host to North Brunswick. And it's an early start for the Scorpions. Romel Lowry, quick pass in the flats to Kwesi Clark. Check out this young man, slicing and dicing. He would put his team on the board first.
Well, that's how you get things going against a team like Topsail that has enjoyed so much success. The Scorpions up early, but it was Pirates from here on out.
You're absolutely correct. Topsail responded to tie it up. They handed off to Noah LaValle, face mask. He says no problem. He's into the end zone. That makes it 15-7 after that score. The crowd is loving him. And if something isn't broke, why fix it? Cody Wallace on the outside handoff to LaValle. This young man lowering his shoulder. He's in for another score. Topsail, they look impressive. They run away with this one.
We know LaValle's name for a couple of years now, over 1,300 yards rushing. Up there in Hampstead, 14 touchdowns this season. He had 3 scores in the first quarter in this ball game.
43-28, the final there. Topsail is winners. And in the final game of the night, Mid-Eastern Conference, South Brunswick taking on their longtime rivals, West. It was a quick start for the Trojan rushing attack. How about Johnny Magby? Takes the pitch on the inside, cuts inside the tackles. Way to follow your lead there, young man.
Not afraid to get into some contact, stick your head down, and level the defender right there. You got to give a lot of credit to West Brunswick. So competitive over year in and year out, despite some of the coaching changes. Heck of an effort for the Trojans last night.
And that would lead to that Trey Bell touchdown. Just like that, West Brunswick, they're just finding a way to score. They took the early lead. They go down. They would score another after this long run right there. How about the Trojans? They win this one by 20-7 final score, and they continue to play impressive football. And so with that being said, kind of sets up our next week's matchups. And with that being said, let's take a look at some of those final scores from this week, because we did have a lot of them. Hoggard over New Hanover, 38-0. West Brunswick over South, 20-7. Topsail beats North in Ashley. They kind of run into a tough task. They fall to Laney 34-14.
A couple of great games on the schedule here tonight. East Columbus over West Columbus, 19-8. Croatan beats up on Pender, 48-16. And Southwest Onslow shuts out Trask, 49-zip.
And some of your games that will be coming up this weekend. A lot of people have this one circled. Whiteville, South Columbus, almost the championship there for the Three Rivers Conference. That's going to be one that I'm sure Whiteville is going to be rocking tomorrow night.
Saturdays are for college football. Well, not in Columbus County tomorrow. It's going to be South Columbus and Whiteville, the highlight of a lot of folks out there tomorrow night.
And Wallace Rose Hill, big winners over James Kinnan, 44-11. Another Saturday matchup for a East and West Bladen. Should be a good one there as well. Well, we still have more action for you on the fifth quarter. After the break, we take a look at this week's fifth quarter play of the week. We'll be right back.